In the heart of the city stood a grand mansion that looked perfect from the outside, polished floors, golden chandeliers, marble walls, but inside, silence ruled. The laughter that once filled the halls had vanished 2 weeks ago. The millionaire, Mr. Raymond, sat in his study every night staring at a framed photo, his late wife and their 8-year-old daughter, Lily. Since her mother's sudden passing, Lily hadn't spoken a word. She hadn't smiled. And worst of all, she hadn't eaten a proper meal in 14 long days. Every attempt by the house staff to feed her ended in tears and silence. Doctors came and left, therapists tried their best, but Lily sat still, broken, lost in a world where her mother no longer existed. Mr. Raymond, though rich beyond measure, felt poorer than ever. His money couldn't buy his daughter's appetite, nor her will to live. One morning, he posted an urgent notice: nanny needed immediately. Experience with children required. Dozens of applicants came, polished and professional, but Lily didn't respond to any of them. Just as Mr. Raymond was about to give up, a young woman walked through the gate, softly, humbly, carrying a simple bag and a calm smile. Her name was Clara. Unlike others, Clara didn't wear expensive clothes or makeup. She greeted the staff with warmth, looked around, and whispered, "This house is beautiful, but it feels sad." The butler raised an eyebrow, surprised by her honesty. When she met Mr. Raymond, he looked tired, desperate. "Miss Clara," he said, "my daughter hasn't eaten in 2 weeks. If you can help her, I'll pay you whatever you want." But Clara smiled and replied, "I don't want more money, sir. I just want to help her heal." Something about her voice, calm yet confident, made him nod. When Clara entered Lily's room, the little girl sat by the window clutching a small teddy bear. The tray of untouched food lay beside her. Clara didn't speak immediately. She simply sat down on the floor, a few feet away, and began humming a gentle tune. Lily looked at her but said nothing. For 3 hours, Clara stayed quietly, occasionally whispering stories about her own childhood. She spoke of losing her mother too, how lonely it felt, and how one day, she learned that love doesn't disappear, it just changes shape. Lily didn't respond, but her eyes glistened. That night, Clara prepared soup, not the chef's fancy kind, but a simple homemade one. She brought it to Lily's room, sat beside her, and said softly, "You don't have to eat it. But can you help me taste if it's too salty?" Lily blinked, hesitant, but curiosity won. She dipped the spoon and took the tiniest sip. Clara smiled warmly. "Perfect," she whispered. Mr. Raymond, who had been standing quietly at the door, covered his mouth, holding back tears. After 2 weeks, his daughter had eaten. From that day on, Clara didn't just feed Lily, she fed her heart. They painted together, sang songs, and walked in the garden every morning. Slowly, Lily began to talk again. She laughed, asked questions, and even told Clara stories about her mom. Every night, Clara would tuck her in and say, "Your mom would be proud of how strong you are." The mansion that once echoed with silence now glowed with laughter again. One evening, Mr. Raymond called Clara to his study. "You've done what no doctor or therapist could. Tell me, what's your secret?" Clara smiled gently. "There's no secret, sir. Children don't need money, they need someone who listens, someone who feels their pain and stays beside them until they heal." Mr. Raymond was silent for a moment, then said, "You've not only saved my daughter, Clara. You've saved me too." Days turned into weeks, and Lily transformed completely. She began eating with joy, running through the halls like sunlight had finally returned. But Clara carried a secret: she had come from an orphanage herself. She knew what loss felt like, and that's why she understood Lily's silence so deeply. When Mr. Raymond discovered this, his respect for her grew even more. One morning, Lily hugged Clara tightly and said, "You're like my mom's angel. She must have sent you to me." Clara's eyes filled with tears as she replied, "Maybe she did, sweetheart. Maybe she did." Standing by the door, Mr. Raymond smiled through his emotions. For the first time in years, he realized that family isn't just blood, it's the bond of love that heals wounds no doctor can. As the story ends, the mansion that once felt cold now glows with warmth, laughter, and hope. And the lesson is simple: sometimes, miracles don't come with wealth, they come with kindness. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more.